China has been a significant underperformer economically speaking this year. Do you expect that underperformance to continue next year? Is it going to get better or worse?
Yeah, so China definitely underperforms compared to its historical performance, right? And it's also a little bit disappointing compared to what people had expected. We are not over the moon in terms of the outlook. We do think China should be able to grow by 4.5%, maybe a bit more percent. A lot of people find that disappointing, but I'm afraid that's just the kind of growth that we'll have to get used to as we look at China in the coming years.
And yet the authorities have really been trying, both fiscally and monetarily and various targeted policies as well have been trying to dig China out of a hole. Why is it that these policies are not having the desired effect?
Well, I do think that they have some effect. It's just that for quite a bit of this year, the authorities were very stingy in terms of policy stimulus. They actually were withdrawing from the economy for a while fiscally. So I think it is a little bit of a make-up race. They got a bit scared when the data got really bad in the middle of the year. So I do think now with that a bit more supportive policy, we do see growth picking up somewhat. But, as I said before, we don't really expect China to start to power ahead.
Plenum approaches next month. What are you expecting from a policy support perspective?
Well, I think that they will continue to be very balanced, in terms of, yes, they want to support the economy, but they're also very keen to not see leverage grow too much, to not see those financial risks spiraling out of control. So I do think that they will be continuing to be quite targeted. There are also some objective limits, constraints, especially on the monetary side. There are reasons why they cannot just slash their interest rates. So, I think that they will try to look for policy support, but it will continue to be fairly measured.
And in terms of the risk associated with the developer debt and developer defaults, is it going to get worse, Louis, before it gets better? And just how disorderly or otherwise or contained is that default cycle going to be, and what systemic risks does it raise?
Yeah, I think, Sri, the property sector is by far the weakest point, the weakest link in China's economy, and it doesn't look like it's going to get significantly better anytime soon. When we look at our forecast for what we expect in terms of housing sales, housing starts, we think that we are on the cusp of a very modest sequential recovery, but that is not a V-shaped one, it's an L-shaped one. And then in the meantime, you have those companies that are very strained in terms of their balance sheet. So they will rely on policy. They will rely on policy basically further easing after that dramatic tightening on the financial side that we saw 2 years ago, and this is continuing, to be the case. We have very weak property market. Confidence is weak as well. So policy will have to be the instrument that both will allow those developers to survive and to kickstart the marketing.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.